As promised, an update on the progress of painting Vinnie the van. As you might be able to tell from the slightly huskier tone, I've had a really bad cold and haven't been able to get to the van. Apologies for not only the boring nature of this update, just showing you sanding and painting, but also the lack of production values as I am struggling back to rude good health. But normal service will be returned once we've figured out what normal is, as the great Douglas Adams once said. Okay, with that, let's crack on.
All right, getting this far today has been a struggle. The heat in here is about 27 degrees, and I've got to finish the roof, and it's too hot to spray paint. I had troubles when we had some heat before and I was doing the other side, and that was only 23, 24 degrees. This is way hotter, so I don't want to waste paint and have it not land and attach to the surface that well. So I've just got to sand as much as I can today and crack on with it. But yeah, so on with the mask and on with the gloves, on with the sander. I said that early doors I wasn't going to film much of me sanding, but if I don't film the sanding, there's not much else left to film. So leave me with the sanding and I will crack on. We're getting this roof prepped. I've got to do both rain gutters as well and the front lip. But once that's done, guys, gals, ladies, gentlemen, house bricks, I just whatever, time to crack on. It's just the heat has got me lost for words, which, if you know me, is a rare thing indeed. Right, onward. And wait, I haven't been here for 10 days or so, minor things, and I'm going to insert some footage of what was on the top. I think it must have been a goose, the size of the thing. Anyway, luckily, thankfully, there's no more micturation from the sky, and we can crack on. But yeah, that does worry me a little bit about the paint job. If we are painting it and there's that sort of thing going to land on the roof, oh well, 'tis what it is. Onward. So, just that amount of sanding gets you that much done. So, you know, what's that, a couple of A4 sheets ish, and I've done sort of couple ish. Yeah, so rather than fill up my phone's memory with just the same repeated action time and time and time again for the next hour or so, I'm going to cut it here, and for you guys, mere seconds, and you're going to see the glory of a fully sanded roof showing all white, because that was the original colour that the silver was shot over. And the time is 2:18. I'll read you the time when I have completed it. All right, see you in a second. 3, 2, 1.
So this is where there was supposed to be an amazing jump stroke match cut, which would reveal the now all-white roof, except the phone overheated and corrupted the file, and I couldn't go back after for reasons I'm about to reveal.
Right, stop the watch. It's 4:46. I have rubbed down the other half of the roof in 180 and then hit the entire roof with 120 and degreased it. So I'm going to actually try spraying the edges just to see if the weather is too inclement, but we can always rub it off again if it doesn't take. So stick with me, and next update, hopefully the roof at least partially will be in primer. So yeah, and the temperature in here is now about 30 degrees.
Ta-da!
Can you hear that? That's pigeons. I just wanted to say, right, that painting the roof with a can on a sort of stand thing is painful. You have to keep getting down, moving it, getting down and moving it. Let me show you what I've done so far. Okay, so we've got half the paint on the roof and half the paint not on the roof. The rest of it's in the cans. So let's crack on. We have a roof that is entirely in primer. Oh yes indeed. There we go. It may not be pretty, but that's not what we're aiming for. We are aiming for done. We are aiming for done with a utilitarian view that as long as the white looks okay, I don't care what the primer looks like. Now, we've got to hit all of that with 600 all the way over the entire van, and then I will get once this is all rubbed over, fuck's sake. Right, once the rub down has been completed in 600, then it's time for paint. The 600 rub down shouldn't take too long. One, there's not a lot of rough patches, and I don't have to take paint off. I just have to flatten it, which shouldn't take so long. Plus, what did I do with that? Plus, there we have. We've got some really nice 600 grit. Plus, we've got some really nice 600 grit sand discs for the sander. So we'll get that all charged up. And then, when I'm not so damn hot and sweaty, God, I've been at this 4 hours now. When I'm not as hot and sweaty, I will rub this down and we will get this in white. Oh, we'll get there. We'll get there. Eventually.
So that's it for this week. As mentioned, I've been ill for the past 2 weeks, and I usually have a couple of weeks filming in hand, so apologies if next week's video is shorter. Like, subscribe, comment, or just run out into the world and tell everyone you meet. Speak soon.